Namaste students, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we'll talk about the oxo acids of the halogen. In this video we'll learn about the acidic strength and the oxidizing power of the oxo acids of halogen. So without any delay, let's get started. So our topic is oxo acids of halogen. Now in previous videos also we have studied about the meaning of the term oxo acid, that oxo acids are the substances which contain removable hydrogen which are attached with the oxygen. Means they show the acidic property by the removal of the hydrogen in the form of the hydride ion in the form of H positive ion, but that H positive ion or that hydrogen is attached with the oxygen. These are the oxo acids. Now, oxo acids of halogen. So first of all, if we talk about the very first member of the halogen, that is the fluorine. If we talk about the fluorine, so due to very small size and high electronegativity, this fluorine forms only one oxo acid having formula HOF. Due to very small size and very high electronegativity, this fluorine forms only one oxo acid having formula HOF, and its name is hypofluorous acid. Its name is hypofluorous acid or fluoric 1 acid. Fluoric 1 acid, where 1 is the oxidation state of the compound. Now this HOF is highly unstable. This HOF is highly unstable, and in 1971 this HOF was prepared by the fluorinating of the ice at 233 Kelvin. Means in 1971 this HOF is prepared by the fluorinating of the ice at 233 Kelvin. 233 Kelvin, where we get HOF plus HF. But this HOF, as soon as this HOF is prepared in the reaction, it should be removed from the reaction. Otherwise, it decomposes to give F2 plus H2. So as soon as it is prepared in the reaction, it is removed from the reaction so that it doesn't decompose into F2 and H2. This HOF is highly unstable and it readily decomposes in the room temperature. Means at room temperature this HOF decomposes to give the fluorine back. This decomposes to give the fluorine back, and this HOF reacts with H2O to form hydrogen peroxide. This HOF reacts with H2O to form hydrogen peroxide. So due to very small size and the very high electronegativity, this fluorine forms only one oxo acid, that is the hypofluorous acid having formula HOF. In 1971, this was prepared by the fluorinating of the ice, and as soon as it is prepared in the mixture, it is removed from the reaction so that it doesn't decompose back into F2 plus H2O, and it is highly unstable that even in the room temperature it decomposes, and when it reacts with the water it gives H2O2. But if we talk about chlorine, bromine and iodine, so chlorine, bromine and iodine forms 4 series of oxo acid. They form 4 series of oxo acids. Oxo acids, and the name are, first is halic 1 acid, which is also known as hypohalous acid, and the formula becomes HClO, HBRO and HIO. The formula becomes HClO, or we may write it as HOCl, HOBr. Why I am writing this, I'll tell you. And next one is HOI. Now the second series is halic 3 acid, which is known as Halous acid, hypochlorous acid, and their formula becomes HOClO. Because of this O is attached with the hydrogen, but this oxygen is attached with the chlorine. Therefore, I have written here HOCl because the oxygen is attached with the hydrogen. HO, BRO, and HOIO means the general formula. Its general formula is HOX. Its general formula is HOClO. Its general formula is HOClO. The third series is halate 5 acid, halate 5 acid, or halic acid, or halic acid, and its general formula is HOClO2. HOClO2, sorry, HOXO2, and here it is HOClO2, HOBRO2, and HOIO2. And the fourth series is halic 7 acid, halic 7 acid, which is also known as perhalic acid, Its general formula is HOXO3, here HOClO3, HOBRO3, and HOIO3. So, because of small size and very high electronegativity, this fluorine forms only one oxo acid, that is HOF, whose name is hypofluorous acid or fluoric 1 acid. But chlorine, bromine, and iodine forms 4 series of the oxo acids, and these are the 4 series of the oxo acid: halic 1 acid, hypohalous acid, halic 3 acid, hyalous acid, halic 5 acid, which is known as halic acid, and halic 7 acid, which is known as perhalic acid. Now here 1, 3, 5 and 7, these numbers represent the oxidation state of the halogen. And if you have seen the previous video in which I told you the trick through which we can find the oxidation state of the central atom with the help of by simply looking at the structure of that particular oxo acid. Here you also apply that particular trick, and I am going to apply that particular trick. So if I draw the structure of different oxo acids of chlorine, the first one is hypochlorous acid, like this. Clear? The second one is HOClO. Third one is HOClO2. And the fourth one is HOClO3. First thing, in all the oxo acids, the halogen atom is sp3 hybridized. First thing kept in your mind that in all the oxo acids of the halogen is sp3 hybridized. So the actual geometry is pyramidal. Actual geometry is that tetrahedral, not pyramidal, it's tetrahedral. Now this is hypohalous acid, in which the oxidation state of the central atom is 1. So chlorine form only one bond with oxygen. It means chlorine is sharing only one electron with the oxygen. And out of chlorine and oxygen, which one is more electronegative? Oxygen is more electronegative. So the oxidation state of chlorine becomes +1. In this, the chlorine is sharing 3 electrons. 1, 2, 3. 3 electrons, because chlorine is forming 3 bonds. So it is sharing 3 electrons. 1 here, and 1 here. So chlorine is sharing 3 electrons, and all the 3 electrons are shared with the oxygen, which is more electronegative than the chlorine. So its oxidation state becomes +3. In this, the chlorine is sharing 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 electrons, and all the 5 electrons are shared with the oxygen. And because oxygen is more electronegative than chlorine, its oxidation state becomes +5. And here the chlorine sharing 7 electron, and all the 7 electrons are shared with the oxygen, which is more electronegative than chlorine. Therefore, its oxidation state becomes 7. And therefore, the name is given halic 1 acid, halic 3 acid, halic 5 acid, and halic 7 acid. So, with the help of this, we can easily find out the oxidation state of the central atom, oxidation state of the halogen. So this is about the introduction of the different oxo acids of the halogen. Now we'll talk about the oxidizing properties and the acidic strength of the different oxo acids. So first we'll talk about the acidic strength of the different oxo acids. We'll talk about the acidic strength. Acidic strength. Acidic strength. Now, acidic strength means how easily the oxo acid can remove its hydrogen in the form of the H positive ion. So, first, if I take hypohalous acid, now I have HOCl, HOBr, and HOI. Now, if I draw the structure of these three, here it is HOCl and 3 lone pair. Here it is HOBr and 3 lone pair. And here it is HOI and 3 lone pair. Now, as we move from chlorine to iodine, what happened? Electronegativity of the halogen decreases. As we move from chlorine to iodine, what happened? Electronegativity of the halogen decreases. Due to the decrease in the electronegativity of the halogen, the shared pair of electron moves towards the oxygen. So in this case, the shared pair of electron is more towards the oxygen as compared to ClO. It means the electron density around O in this case is greater than that of the ClO. Clear? As we move from chlorine to iodine, what happened? Electronegativity of the halogen decreases. Due to the decrease in the electronegativity of the halogen, the shared pair of electron moves more towards the oxygen, as a result of which electron cloud density near this oxygen is greater than that of this, and because of more density of the oxygen, it will not attract the shared pair of electron from the hydrogen, but this attract the shared pair of electron from the hydrogen. So it has a strong tendency to release hydrogen in the form of hydrogen ion as compared to this, because in this the electron cloud density of oxygen is already greater due to the less electronegativity of the iodine. But due to the more electronegativity of the chlorine, here the electron cloud density is not much sufficient, so it want to attract more electron cloud from the hydrogen, as a result of which this bond becomes weakened, and because of weakened, it releases hydrogen easily in the form of the hydrogen ions. So we can say that with increase in electronegativity, with increase in electronegativity, what happened? Acidic character increases. And second, we can also write on the basis of the atomic number that with increased atomic number, acidic strength decreases. So out of HOCl, HOBr and HOI, the strongest acid is HOCl, then HOBr and then HOI. Now same if I applied for perhalic acid. Now if I write HOClO3, HOBrO3 and HOiO3. Clear? If I draw this structure, of different perhalic acid, what happened? Cl, OH, double bond O, double bond O, double bond O, Br, OH, double bond O, double bond O, double bond O, and I, OH, double bond O, double bond O, double bond. Clear? So in this case, what happened? As we move from chlorine to iodine, again the same point, that is electronegativity decreases. Due to the decrease in the electronegativity, the shared pair of electron move towards the oxygen, as a result of which electron cloud around the oxygen increases, and due to the increase in the electron cloud, the tendency of the oxygen to attract the electron from the hydrogen decreases, as a result of which its tendency to release hydrogen in the form of hydrogen ion also decreases. So iodine give more electron towards the oxygen, as a result of which electron cloud density around the oxygen is very high, as a result of which it don't try to attract the electron from the hydrogen, and lesser tendency to release hydrogen in the form of the hydrogen ion. But in case of chlorine, due to strong electronegativity of chlorine as compared to bromine and iodine, the electron is not much shifted towards the oxygen, as a result of which the oxygen tries to pull the electron from the hydrogen, and hence this bond becomes weak and it can release hydrogen in the form of hydrogen ions easily. So the order here also the same. So whether we are talking about hypohalous acid or halous acid, halic acid and perhalic acid, in all the case, if we have to arrange the different oxo acids of the different halogen, we can arrange like this, and we can give the explanation either on the basis of the electronegativity or on the basis of the atomic number. With increase in atomic number, its acidic strength decreases, and with increase in the electronegativity, its acidic strength increases. So this is about the acidic strength of the oxo acid. In oxidizing power, if I talk about the hypohalous acid, so oxidizing power. What is oxidizing power? Oxidizing power is actually the tendency to release oxygen. So if we have weaker exo bond, greater is the chance to release oxygen, and if we have stronger exo bond, then lesser is the chance to release oxygen. So HClO, HBRO and HIO. Now as we move down the group, due to the increase in the size of the halogen, the bond strength of the oxygen and the halogen increases. As we move down the group, due to the increase in size of halogen, the stability of exo bond increases. And due to the increase in the stability of exo bond, it becomes difficult to break the bond and release the oxygen. So its oxidizing power decreases. So the strongest oxidizing agent becomes HClO, and the weakest oxidizing agent becomes HIO, because in HIO the IO bond is very strong as compared to BRO and CLO bond. But through their electrode potential value, we get to know that the oxidizing power of these two is nearly equal to each other and greater than that of the HIO. So this is the arrangement of the oxidizing power of hypohalous acid. So what is the reason behind this? Reason behind this is when we move down the group, in case of hypohalous acid I am talking about, when we moving down the group, what happened? The stability of the bond which is present between the oxygen and the halogen increases due to the increase in the size of the halogen, as a result of which it becomes difficult for us to break that particular bond, and difficult for us to remove the oxygen, as a result of which what happens, oxidizing power decreases. But through the electrode potential value, we get to know that the oxidizing power of HClO and HBRO is nearly equal to each other. But if we talk about the perhalic acid, acid, in this we get the order like this. In this we get the order like this. Here I am writing again HOCl, HOBr and HOI. HOBr O3, then HOIO3 and then HOClO3. The order is like this: HOBrO3, HOIO3 and HOClO3. Now this order can be explained on the basis of their electrode potential value. We can't explain this order on the basis of this factor, so we'll explain this order on the basis of their electrode potential value. So if I talk about the BrO4 negative, this BrO4 negative reacts with H positive in the presence of 2 electrons to form BrO3 negative plus H2O. Similarly, this IO4 negative reacts with H positive with 2 electrons to form IO3 negative plus H2O, and ClO4 negative reacts with 2H positive electron to form ClO3 negative plus H2. Now if I write the electrode potential value for all these three, electrode potential value for this is 1.79 volt, for this is 1.65 volt, and for this is 1.19 volt. So with the help of electrode potential value, we get to know that the strongest oxidizing agent in perhalic acid is HOBrO3 and the weakest one is HOClO3 with the help of the potential value. Now, if we have to arrange the oxo acid of the same halogen, in the order of their acidic strength, so how we can arrange? Let us take the example of the oxo acids of the halogen. Chlorine. So chlorine forms HOCl, HOClO2, HOClO2 and HOClO3. Now, if I have to arrange these oxo acids in their acidic strength order, so first of all, I'll write their anionic form. I'll draw their anionic form. It is like this: O negative. Its anionic form is O negative, double bond O, 2 lone pair. Its anionic form is O negative, double bond O, and its anionic form is O negative, double bonded O. Now, if the question is that you have to arrange these oxo acids, means the oxo acids of the same halogen, in increasing order of acidic strength or decreasing order of acidic strength, so how you can arrange or how you can explain? So first I draw the anionic form of these oxo acids. Means after the removal of H positive, I'll get these 4 structures. Now if I see the first structure, in first structure the negative ion of the oxygen, the negative charge which is present on the oxygen, it remain on the oxygen. But if I talk about the second one, in this the negative charge is dispersed between these 2 oxygen. It will come here and it will go there. So I get a resonating structure like this: Cl, double bond O, single bond O negative, lone pair and lone pair. So in this way I'll get a resonating structure. I'll get 2 resonating structure in second structure, and we know that with the resonating structure, the stability of that particular charged particle increases. So this become more stable than this, and if this become more stable than this, it release hydrogen more easily as compared to this. Similarly, this negative charge is dispersed between 3 oxygen, so I get more number of resonating structure, means more stability. It means this one is more stable than this when it release hydrogen in the form of the hydrogen ion. Similarly, it becomes the most stable because here the dispersal is between the 4 oxygen. So what happened, due to the increase in the number of the oxygen, the dispersal of the charge, the tendency of the dispersal of the charge increases, and due to the increase in the tendency of the dispersal of the charge, what happened, the stability of the anion increases, and that particular compound easily release hydrogen in the form of hydrogen ion. So the most acidic is HOClO3, then HOClO2, and then HOClO, and the least acidic is HOClO. And this we can explain on the basis of the stability of the oxoacid anions. We can explain on the basis of the stability of the oxoacids ion, that is, with increase in the dispersal of the charge, we get more and more resonating structure, due to which stability increases and it becomes easy for that particular compound to release hydrogen in the form of the hydrogen ion, and hence acidic strength increases. So students, that's all about the oxoacids of the halogen. I hope you don't have any confusion now in the oxoacids of the halogen, and if you have any confusion, please remind the video and watch from the starting, so that your confusion becomes clear. So that's all for today. I'll see you in my next video with a new topic.